Well met, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be reading through Tower of God 494. So we discussed last week's chapter on the Mage cast this morning, and yeah, it was a pretty good chapter, jumping around a bit, but today we are hopefully going to be getting a bit more of Hearts igniting his weapon and showing us what he's got, surely. But yeah, so we'll give a quick recap. Yama vs Yastarcha is now over. Yama's pretty injured, but he should be fine clearing the rest of his battles on his path, I reckon. Until he gets to the end, then who knows what's going to happen. He's probably going to challenge him again. Sola was betrayed by Kendrick, who is now the cat feline lad in the chair with the sweet, I don't know, I don't even know what to say. He's the hypnosis guy, he's controlling all the beasts. If they beat him, I feel like the beasts are going to drop the mind control, but they're still under threat from Yastarcha. And Char is just chilling right now. He's definitely the most powerful here, but he does need some help, like keeping the lads safe, obviously. So he's seeing if Hearts can dispel the illusion. But that is pretty much where the chapter is at, where we're going to begin. So, that aside, I think we'll just get straight into it, honestly. I'm ready. 494, here we go. Wait, we're starting off with another warning. Maybe we're back on the field with Bam and White. This episode contains pictures of violence, may be upsetting for some readers. Watch out. We're flashing back. I'm originally from a branch of one of the 10 great families, but because of a situation with my parents, I grew up in the main family. Ever since I was little, I've always been closer to animals than to people. Those is Kendrick. As an indirect descendant, I felt alienated by the people in the main family who looked down on me. But animals are so straightforward about their feelings that I could relate to them right away. When I gave animals love, they gave the same love back. They never betrayed me. After becoming a regular and climbing the tower, in spite of opposition from the people around me, I chose to become an anima. Rather than dominating animals and forcing them to obey me, I chose to get closer to them by giving them love. Okay, so he's not totally lying. Nice panel of him like taming a few. Took a long time, but I thought that it was the best way to become a true anima. Oh, I'm waiting for the the catch. As I climbed the tower, I arrived at a certain village and heard that the people there were having trouble because of some giant wild rabbits that came down from the mountain. Because of their enormous size and extraordinary fertility, the rabbits weren't easily to get rid of. On hearing that, I went to check out the mountain behind the village and found the rabbits' den. Seeing how many of them there were, I knew that the army would probably be called in to deal with them soon. Look at them all. Before the army could come and kill the rabbits, I offered to get rid of them for the villagers first. Found out that the giant rabbits came down to the village in search of food, so we temporarily locked every door in the village. In one part of the village, I put down some of their favorite food, coated in a drug for reducing their fertility. As I expected, the rabbits swarmed to that spot. I went there every day and gave the rabbits food myself. At first, most of the giant rabbits avoided me, but over time they gradually let their guard down. After a lot of hard work, I finally managed to bring them under my control and stop them from reproducing. Where is this going? Then I gathered the villagers together and told them how to coexist peacefully with the rabbits. I told them that they may lack food now because of the rabbits, but as the rabbits' population decreases, the situation would improve. The villagers listened to me. I taught the villagers how to befriend the rabbits, and the rabbits became their pets. Over time, the number of giant rabbits on the mountain decreased dramatically, and I stayed there for a long time because the people recognized me as an expert on the rabbits. A long time after that, suddenly, a lot of giant rabbits were found dead around the village. And witnesses said that some monster from the mountain had done it. People were terrified by the appearance of this unidentified monster. I headed over to the mountain on request from the villagers. I thought that even the most terrible monster could be befriended with good, genuine intentions. But that belief of mine was shattered the moment I saw it. Uh-oh. It was as big as a castle, with a flaming mane and two terrifying heads. It was unlike any animal I had ever seen before. My goodness. He's right. The description fits. It's like a lion with a mane on fire, but a snake's wrapped around its neck. Interesting. I couldn't even imagine befriending it. I felt so helpless. The monster slipped away into the darkness. I returned to the village, and seeing that even I didn't know what to do, the scared villagers suggested they bring in the army. A few days after that, someone named Yastarcha appeared. He said that he was very familiar with the monster that had appeared in this village, and he knew how to deal with it. He was confident that he could overpower it. Soon, the battle began. There's like huge booms in the background. There were flashes of light on the mountain and some loud noises. I'm sure there were. Then Yastarcha came back with the unconscious monster. Oh wait, you don't think this is going to be the one in the cage, do you? He didn't find it hard to deal with. He just couldn't tame it. Seeing that, all the villagers praised Yastarcha's strength, and I was completely forgotten. Yastarcha told them that wild animals are dangerous and shouldn't be tamed. He said they can only be overpowered or killed. He told the villagers that the giant rabbits must be eliminated from the village to prevent such monsters from reappearing. People thought Yastarcha was right. So everyone began abandoning or beating and killing the rabbits they had been raising as pets. Okay, this is what the warning is for. The dead bodies of brutally murdered rabbits were found throughout the village. Holy crap. And the rabbits, which had been lucky enough to escape or be abandoned, ran back to the mountain in fear. I couldn't stop them. All of this felt like it was my fault. I couldn't take it anymore, so I risked my life and went to see Yastarcha. I told him that people began hating and killing innocent rabbits because of him. I said that I had to tell him that I believed his violent ways were wrong, even if it meant endangering my own life. I told him how I tamed the giant rabbits, and said that animals and people have to find a way to live together in peace. Hearing what I had to say, Yastarcha simply laughed and disagreed. Violent? Do you really think your approach is any less violent than mine? Come with me. I'll show you what kind of person you are. Uh-oh. It's like, what? I went with Yastarcha. He's still on the cat. This cat looks so much younger though. Yastarcha took me somewhere in the giant mountain range connected to the mountain behind the village. What the villagers simply thought of as behind the mountain was as the mountain behind the village was actually part of an enormous mountain range. And what I saw there shocked me. Okay, so we're seeing more of those creatures just herding the rabbits along. A bunch of those terrifying monsters was devouring the giant rabbits. The rabbits were their food. That's when I realized why those monsters had come to the village. They're hungry. Do you get it now? Those beasts have been feeding on giant rabbits for ages. They're quite intelligent, so they try to stay out of human territory as much as possible. That's why they never appeared on that mountain behind the village, which allowed the rabbits to escape there. If you had just left them alone, the beasts would have come and gotten rid of the rabbits for you eventually. But because you brought the rabbits into the village and stopped the beasts from breeding, the beasts didn't have enough food, so they had to come near the village. If I hadn't gotten rid of the rabbits in the village, the hungry beasts might have even gone and harmed the villagers. Then all those innocent people would have been killed, and those beasts would have been slaughtered by the government troops. I mean, he's probably right, but he didn't look at the bigger picture like as soon as he could have, you know? Didn't investigate, he was just like, oh, jumped into it. The whole tragedy would have occurred because of one arrogant anima who thought he could control nature. Do you still think I'm more violent than you? I couldn't say anything. What came over me at that moment was not a feeling of guilt towards the animals that had died, but a feeling of helplessness that I, an anima, had failed to control the situation. I'm not trying to blame you. I actually understand how you feel, Yastarcha. How could you understand? What people like you actually want is complete control over others, and animals are much easier to control than people. That's not true. Stop being such a hypocrite. Show that disgusting, arrogant desire to dominate everything. That's your true nature and what you will become. Oh. If you can be honest with yourself, I'll give you the power to control a lot of things. The power to control. It was too sweet an offer to refuse. He knew me. Okay, yep, not even denying it, just getting straight in there. 52nd floor, all out fight, part 3. So, we are back with Kendrick. He is beastified. He's transformed. And the reeds are like hypnotizing. Wait, no, they're not. They're just like swinging in the background. The beastmen are charging, and Char's just running to meet them. Oh, yes. So, we see them, just the beastmen, tribes, and Char. Alright, Char's throwing some punches right now. Someone's about to get destroyed. Char's throwing many punches. A lot of things are about to get destroyed. Well, there it is. He's too fast. How does he do it? So there's like a whole bunch of beastmen just getting smashed in one hit. They just fall on the floor. And they have like a dark aura coming out of them. Is that the mind control wearing off because they got smashed? Or is that Char's power? What's going on here? Now, Hots, go for the division commander while I hold back the hostages. Hots is going for the division commander. Okay. Okay. So Hots has whipped out the sword. Purification. The distant and mysterious eastern sea that shaped this sword is said to be a sea that purifies all things. He's closed his eyes, concentrating. The reason that this sword obeys me, even though I'm not a ranker, is because I may be weak, but I'm also slightly more transparent than rankers. And then he's flashing back to when he got it. Take it. Is this a sword? Oh, you got it. Oh, no. It's their old teacher. Is this a sword? Yes, it's a sword. Wow, and you're giving it to him? Lucky him. I'm your student too. Don't you have anything for me? They seem to have chosen it very carefully because you're Bam's companions and they wanted to give you something that would be useful. It's from All Hike's song, not me. It's even an ignition weapon. It would be dangerous if anyone finds out this is connected to All Hike's song. So if anyone asks where you got it, just tell them you found it by chance in the tower. What? An ignition weapon? Can regulars even use it? Yes, D rank regulars can use it. I was surprised too. But this sword is very proud. It doesn't listen to people who are too strong. Its strength and abilities also change depending on the situation and its mood. It sounds like it's one of the months almost. And many rankers have died trying to ignite this sword. Oh, just straight off the bat. What? Died? Yes. They just passed out. Never woke up. What a scary weapon. And then he's about to unsheath it, but he stops him. Don't take out the sword or try to ignite it unless you absolutely have to. Funnily enough, the sword is more likely to listen to those who are weak, but only if its owner is free of greed and has a pure mind. This has hearts written all over it. I'm excited. If someone tries to use a sword with even slightly bad intentions, it can even kill them. It has a mind of its own, so it's dangerous. I'm giving you this sword because I think you have a purer mind than anyone I know, Hearts. Nice. Nice. You mean it can kill you if you're too greedy? I know Hearts isn't that kind of person, but this is too dangerous. We'd better not use it. Come on, Shibisu. That's right. It is better not to use it if possible. Then why are you giving it to him? Swords are dangerous by nature, but it would be silly not to have a sword just because it's dangerous. It's certainly a dangerous sword, but as you climb the tower with Bam, you'll eventually need it. When you're in a situation where you're willing to risk your life for something, if you focus entirely on that goal and ignite this sword, then I'm sure it will lend you its power. It's time. Just focus on saving these brainwashed people. Wait, Char said go for the division commander. Okay, here we go. The flames are around the sword. If I don't ask for any more than that, I'm sure this sword will help me. Here's Donghei. Ignite. Ho ho. Man's in a stance. It's lighting up white. There's like clouds all around him. Very nice so far. Just once. I can't take any more than that. Just this once. And then there's a series of mini explosions. There's just poof sound effects around the blades and a bunch of lights. Please work. He swings it. He's still up on the balcony. He swings it. Okay. And everyone kind of, well, Char and Kendrick notice 100%. Sola is busy chasing Reed, and so is Shibisu. But oh, it doesn't look like the sword slash is hitting them, but they're just melting away. Is that what I'm seeing here? And those little yellow lines that I thought were explosions are just like, are they cuts? Oh my goodness. Wait, they are cuts. And now Kendrick's just turning straight on Hearts right now. But those yellow balls are up there. They're literally melting his beastification transformation. Like the reeds are disappearing. And so are those purple chompers. Okay. What is this? Yeah, even Kendrick. What's going on? My daze is getting weaker? He's undoing the hypnosis. He undid the hypnosis. Wait, it's already done. Did it work? Nice. He's losing control over them. Kendrick, I can't believe it. How could a regular break my spell? Thank you for this chance, Huts. I won't let it go to waste. Man's already charging up a punch. No, it's charged. And then... oh, you don't even see it impact. You just see the crash. And Kendrick's shirt gets blown away. Wait, did he just destroy him already? Man's dead? You just see him like falling somewhere. Well, I guess he was floating. He's just falling to the ground. Regeneration isn't working. You bastards. Char's just sitting there. Primal punch. We knew this guy's strong. Oh, yes. And then he's charging up another one. Lethal move. This one's from his left arm. Tear him. What has he got here? So he's like, he's just got his arm next to him and then fires a, that's like a Goku instinct punch, kind of, except with a bit more aura on it. Kendrick just goes flying. Is he disintegrating? What's going on here? He's feeling it. He's screaming on the way out. Ah! Oh, his transformation is undone too. And he's bleeding from, well, probably everywhere. Did he destroy the chair? Wait, the chair's gone. Kendrick's on the floor. Ooh. I can't believe you're keeping so many hostages in that pyramid. You're not just twisted. You're evil. Char? Okay. Hey, stay back. Damn it. Kendrick gets up and tries to run. Why am I being humiliated like this? Lord Yastarcha gave me his power and put me at the top of the pyramid. Ugh. Oh no. This is, the animals are about to turn on him. I've seen this before. He's just like, what? They're all lined up. Mostly the rabbits, actually. But there are others there. Hey, I've always looked after you animals. Are you trying to help me? He says with a smile, "Come here. Come here and keep that man away until I can safely get out of here." And then there's just a dun dun with Char. He's just watching. Okay, thank goodness. It's not like that. The animals just turn away. Animals turn away. What are you doing? You're supposed to protect me. Are you disobeying me? I think we found the problem. I'm your master. And then one of those big lion fellas comes up behind him. Okay, Kendrick is no more. He has been eaten. Oh no. Char's just kind of speechless, as is everyone else there. We're getting another part of a flashback. Kendrick, deal. You always seem to be sitting. Is something wrong with your legs? No, Lord Yastarcha. Are you uncomfortable with me sitting? And that's the case. If that's the case. No, I'm just asking. Purely out of curiosity. I see. I'm trying to avoid doing things myself, starting with walking. Is that so? One day it suddenly occurred to me that the dumber and more basic the animal, the more it requires its legs. It also occurred to me that I can get around just fine without using my legs, but you're still getting around, which is something he's doing himself. My job is to command others, not to move myself. I don't have to walk anyway, so I decided not to. It's an interesting idea. They're saying you don't need to walk since you can get others to do things for you. As you like, then. Yes, thank you, Lord Yastarcha. I knew you would understand. Very impressive. Well, I'd better be going. His legs are a symbol of how much more evolved he is than other animals, yet he's proud to choose their aggression just to show off his own power. That would be such a foolish choice to make for an animal whose life revolves around survival and evolution. Yastarcha is just looking back. Yet, it's also a very human choice. Oh, and then they show it. Oh no, he's missing a part. You really have become wonderfully corrupt, Kendrick Deal. That is Yastarcha right there. All these flashbacks we're getting for these individual characters, it's not for the characters, it's for Yastarcha. And then, Hearts, are you okay, Hearts? He's kind of panting, sword sheathed again. It hurts so badly, feels like my insides are going to explode from pressure. Is this what it feels like every time you use that power of yours? Bam. Hearts. His hand is sliding off the sword. No. Hearts. And we're back on Bam's part of the field. Oh no. A new turn has begun. Number of squares and direction. 4 squares forward. I see. You're going that way, huh? So you'd rather face the map boss than deal with me? White, obviously not happy about the situation. No matter how strong the map boss may be, it can't be stronger than a legendary high ranker. I suppose that makes sense, but you'll probably regret it. White is going to catch up to me eventually unless I take this route. I don't have a chance of beating White right now. It's better to go with the route that has at least slightly better odds, even if there's an unknown factor. Well now. I'm going to avoid White and take the jumping route. If I can beat all the monsters in one turn, I might not have to face White. Even if I run into an extremely powerful monster, I'll be able to cross the map in the shortest amount of time. I don't think it's one of those lion beasts anymore. I think Bam would be fine with that. I'd like to move forward by 4 squares. Alrighty. So the thing teleports him there. And White's kind of behind him. Wait, is he behind him? Where is he going? It's not White's turn, is it? Would you like to open the prison? Yeah, hurry. Prison is now opening. Please note the monsters will come out of this prison. What is this? It looks like someone's crouching. Like, huddled up in a ball. Oh, it's a rhino man. Wait, it's like a... it's a huge rhino man. It's huge. Is there just one monster? As I explained earlier, the jumping route allows you to save time, but the monsters in the prison are also much stronger. The monster emerged from this prison is a middle area beast that even rankers were afraid of. This is its breeding season, so the male is even more aggressive than usual. Don't let your guard down just because there's only one monster. And then the rhino dinosaur is just charging. He's got that red glare in his eyes. He's about to go in, or beast's about to go in. What is this? Is he going for a punch or a tail swipe? Bam just got his hand up like, wee. None of that. Oh no, it's his horn. So he goes for a horn attack. Bam tried to block. He gets knocked back. He's right. It's way stronger than the other monsters. Come on. This isn't very entertaining to watch. Use Thorn or whatever to kill it. White's in the background. Huh? I think I'm going to fall for that. I know you want me to use up all my energy here so that you can catch me. I was just trying to give you some helpful advice. I don't mean it. Oh, I mean it. I don't want that thing to steal my prey. You still haven't really used the powers within you. Just use little bits and pieces of each power. You'll never gather enough power that way. Oh. You have to command the powers within you to gather. Oh. You have to command the powers within you to gather together as one, with as much force as you can muster at the same time. When all your powers are directed in a single direction at a single target, then they're compressed into one. That's the only way for you to use your power. To properly use your power, he says. Command my powers to gather together. What is it? Are you interested? No. I'm not interested in hearing what a nasty person like you, he's charging up. He's using one finger against the rhino monster. Not interested in what a nasty person like you has to say. Did he cut the horn off? I think he cut the horn off. Wait. The rhino was angry before. Even worse now. He's very calm about it too. Okay, nice panel of Bam. You sure are stubborn, but I don't think this is going to go quite as smoothly as you wish. Then there's like a yellow flame. I mean, that's the rhino's yellow flame. It's coming out from where his horn was. What's going on? What? Its horn got even bigger? Slayer candidate. It's only a matter of time, White's grinning, until you set your powers on fire. A White flashback. Here we go. The day when I first devoured another person's soul, I was extremely confused. I wondered, is it right to consume other people's souls like this just to gain power? If I can't take it back, how should I feel about the powers of the other people within me? But because of my thirst for power, I continued devouring souls in spite of my confusion. And as I obtained more power, strangely enough, at some point that intense confusion simply vanished. All I could hear was the clear sound of a single sword. The cries of all those souls I devoured were silenced as though cut down by my blade. It was then that I learned about myself. I've always been different from them. I've been a ruthless predator since birth. I was destined for a blood-soaked crown. There was never any need to worry about any of that. White flashbacks already intense, okay? This power could only be obtained by getting blood on my hands. This crown may be bloodstained, but it is a token given to a lord who towers over the dead. You are the same as me. Oh, okay. See what he's getting at here. I want to see you get drunk on your own enormous power and put this bloodstained crown on yourself. I want to see you corrupted by great power. Oh no. Okay. That's a pretty good chapter. We saw Hearts. He ignited the weapon and pretty much enabled Char to finish the fight. And we found out the reason why White wants to see wants to see Bam succeed. He just wants to see him corrupted by power, and then he reckons he has a more of a chance, I guess. Well, he's not recognizing how strong Bam actually is, but I don't think he knows yet. Top comments of the chapter, and right there, White can't comprehend it. Wanting power for the sake of being strong and wanting power for the sake of protecting and saving others are fundamentally two different things in the long run. No matter how much he believes Bam will end up like him, he won't. And even the Guardian noticed how he was different from Jihad. It is very true. However, it's still situational for Bam. He is prone to throw his emotions around a bit more. So he always has the possibility to become like that. But he's pretty strong in his convictions right now. I would say he's safe right now from doing stuff like that. Next says, wow, can we just pause to appreciate the detail? So you put even into his side villains. And there are deeper messages too. So interesting. Sad but true, our human lives will always be put above that of animals when the animals endanger human lives in some way, even though it wasn't really their fault in the first place. I'm gonna hit that heart button and make Tower of God back on top of the charts where it rightly belongs. Alright. Pretty good chapter. Pretty good chapter. I don't think this is the big boss for the jumping route. I think there were more monsters for him to come across. One in particular, I don't think this was the one that they were hyping up before. I'll have to check the silhouette because we did get a brief glimpse at an earlier chapter when they showed the route in the first place. I think that's when they put a silhouette in there and they were just like, ooh, there's a threat here. But we will have a look at that later. Yeah, we'll discuss this chapter a bit more on the next episode of Mage Casts, which will come out next week on the main channel. I will link that down below. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, reading along, if that's what you do. And yeah, catch you with Jujutsu Kaisen tomorrow. Catch you later.